Listen, Ken describes himself as the social worker of British film. What do you think about that?
I think that's a brilliant description, but understates himself, as he always does. He's an incredibly modest and shy man, and I think his humble demeanour is a work of genius, and the way he brings the best out of people, and I'm expecting this film, The Old Oak, to do all of that.
Well, listen, it's about immigration, it's about asylum seekers, it's about working class people up and down the country that are literally trying to make ends meet. These are all things that you fought for, all the things you care about.
All kinds of change comes in lots of strange directions, and making a film about something means that a lot of people talk about it. I remember when Kathy Come Home was made in the 60s. I was at school then, and people were shocked, or pretended to be very shocked. They shouldn't have been, because it was very well known what the housing conditions were like and what the landlords were like and all this. But that film maybe didn't the next day change policy, but it certainly led to a lot of council houses being built. And so Ken doesn't quite realise the power of film to help people understand things. So when he made Wind That Shakes the Barley, a lot of people either didn't understand it or didn't want to, and then they began to understand something about Irish history. And so I think we should just remember his great works. I think Kes is one of his greatest films as well.
Absolutely agree. I think he's rare. Listen, I just think we're in such an insane time, and one thing this film, when you watch it, I hope it makes you feel this way. It left me feeling hopeful, because sometimes we're pointing the finger at each other. It's you to blame, when actually it's the system.
Look at it.
Yeah.
There's always somebody somewhere to blame for something.
Yeah.
And in the past it's been Jewish people, other times it's been black people, other times it's been Asian people arriving, other times it's been strangers arriving, and now it's blame the refugees. Well, hang on a minute, they're all human beings, they want to survive in this world. They didn't ask to be refugees, nobody does, but they were forced into that situation. I've met people in Calais and I'm humbled by them, and I think this story about a group of refugees in a town that had no tradition of it and so on, and the way gradually people come together, because what unites them is somewhere to live, something to eat, a school, a doctor, and the joy of life.
Yeah.
So, and Ken always brings that out.
A lot of people feel disillusioned, especially right now in this country. I think depending on who you talk to and where they're living, everyone's circumstances are different, and I feel like there's either the really, really rich or people that are really poor, not so many in the middle. What the hell are we going to do to sort this mess out?
We're the fifth richest country in the world, according to all the statistics I see. We're the most unequal society of anywhere in Europe. I see millionaires, Maseratis and Lamborghinis around in Kensington and Chelsea and the richer parts of London. And in my own constituency, I see food banks and queues and people that are desperate. And outside London, it's much the same story. We cannot go on like this. If we can afford these people to be so rich, then we can afford to tax them to make sure the rest are better off.
Well, you said it. You heard him. Thank you so much. Absolute pleasure to meet you.
You're very
and
welcome.
Don't give up, even though it feels like the system is corrupt.
Don't
we love
worry.
that you're fighting.
Listen, I'm young and healthy.
Thank you.
Why would I want to give up?
Yay!